Okay, for this project, I'm just using a regular Red Heart Super Saver, which is just a worsted weight, a 4-ply acrylic yarn, and this is 236 yards, and I had enough, so that's about what you need for the project, and maybe a little bit if you want to use a little bit different color for the handles like I did. It's actually done with, this is the brush that you use to make it look furry. This is just like a regular pet brush, or it's just kind of a soft wired brush, and it just turns this regular yarn into furry yarn. You just, it takes a little bit of brushing, but you just brush it out. So, and I think that the cheap Red Heart Super Saver works the best when brushing it out. Other brands work too, but what you want to do if you don't have this brand or something, make like a little test patch and try it first to make sure you like the effect of it, because sometimes different yarns make it look a little bit different, but I think the cheap yarn works the best for it. And all it is just brushing and everything. This button is just it's not functional, it's just for decoration, but if you wanted to make it functional, you could just put like a little strap around it. Real easy. And then I'm using a size I, which is a 5.5mm crochet hook. Okay, this is a really easy bag, and we're going to start with the bottom of the bag first. And I already got mine done, so I'm just going to show you real quick on a smaller sample. All the bottom of the bag is rows of single crochet. That's pretty much all the whole bag is pretty much single crochet, so it's going to be an easy one. Once you get your chain 35 done, you go ahead and single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and then you single crochet one single crochet in every stitch for the length of your chain, like this. Remember, I'm just showing you on a little small piece because it's pretty easy. Like that. And then you want to chain one and turn, and starting in not this stitch but the next one, single crochet, one single crochet in every stitch across again for the length of your chain. And again, remember yours is going to be much longer, but again you just chain one and turn, and start again with one single crochet in every stitch across. So all it is back and forth rows. The bottom is of single crochet. Make sure you're going into the chain one here at the end, otherwise it's going to be lopsided. At the end of every row there's the chain one, so we make sure you go into it, turn, and start again. And you want to do that for a total of 12 rows for the bottom of the bag. Okay, once you get your 12 rows done, now we're going to start working around and around instead of back and forth. I'm going to chain one. Now I'm going to put one single crochet in each of these stitches here. Since you have 12 rows, you should have 12 stitches down the side. Okay, when you get to the corner stitch up here, I'm going to do 2 single crochets in the corner. And I'm just going to continue like this, going down, and then I'm going to put one single crochet in every stitch, but in each of the corners I'll put 2. So just continue with the 1 and put 2 in this corner, and then the 1, and then the 2, and then 1 all the way back down to your starting point. And when you get to your 2 where you started, You need to put 2 single crochets in that last stitch. Okay, I made it all the way back to my starting point, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2 single crochets in this last stitch here. Like that. And now we're going to be working in a continual round. So you're going to need a stitch marker. I'm just going to use this piece of yarn here. And now all it is, until we get the height of the bag that we want, is just rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch. So it's really easy. And the more rounds you do, you'll start noticing the bag will start coming up and forming a bag. And getting taller. So that's what it is. It's just 1 single crochet in every stitch, and you can tell it's starting to pop up now a little bit, and it's just going to keep getting taller and taller. So go around 1 single crochet in every single stitch, and when you get back to your stitch marker, you just move it up and then continue around 1 single crochet in every stitch. We're going to do this until we get the height that we want it, and you can do it for as many rows, for as tall as you want your bag. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do yet, so I'm going to get started, and I'll let you know how many total rows I do in just 1 second. Okay, I've done a total of 28 rows of single crochet. If you want to do more to make your bag taller, you can, but just remember I'm going to put like a little bit of a brim thing on it too. But 28 rows is what I did, and I made it back to my stitch marker. Now what you want to do is slip stitch into the next stitch, and you can clip this off and take that stitch marker away. Okay, now what we want to do is brush this out with our brush. So just take your brush here, and I kind of started on the other side. So this is what you kind of want it to make it look like. So I'll flip it over here, and you just take your brush, and it'll take a little while. You just got to work with it for a while. And I just kind of hold it and brush. And the more you brush, the longer it'll become, the more fuzzier it'll become. And like I said, it does take a little while. I kind of just brush in all different directions. So that way, and then I'll brush back this way. And you want to get it all brushed out. You don't necessarily have to do the bottom unless you want to do the bottom, but both sides, all around, all the way to the top here. Do it kind of gently though. Don't do it like extremely hard. And just keep brushing all different directions until you get it the length that you want it to be. I kind of been brushing on this side for a while. And then I kind of brush it all towards like the downward motion once I get it the way I want it to be. Like that. You want to make sure you go all the way to the top here, because when we put the other row on, we want it to be fuzzy all the way up to this part. So I'm just going to keep working on mine and getting it all fuzzy the way I want it to look. Okay, once you get it the way you want it to look, I'm going to start with a different color at the top here. Now you can start in any stitch that you want. Just probably start like right over here or something. You want to pull it through and start with a chain 1. Now I'm going to work 5 single crochets in a row, and then I'm going to work a single crochet decrease. So that's 1, go to the next one, 2, the next one, 3, the next one, 4, and then the next one. is 5. And now I'm going to single crochet decrease over these next 2 stitches. What I'm going to do is go into the next stitch and draw up a loop, and then I'm going to go into the next stitch and draw up a loop, and I'll have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and go through all 3 like that. Now again, I'm going to do 5 single crochets in a row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm going to single crochet decrease over these next 2 stitches. So I'm going to go in to the next one and drop a loop, and then I'm going to go into the next one, drop a loop, and I'm going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops like that. Okay, I'm going to do 5 single crochets in a row again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a single crochet decrease over the next 2 stitches. Go in, drop a loop, go into the next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3 loops. So that's a repeat. It's 5 single crochets in a row and then a single crochet decrease. 5 single crochets, a single crochet decrease. And you want to do that all the way around. Okay, I'm coming around and I just did a decrease and I have like 2 stitches left. And if you don't have the same, just go ahead and finish it out doing 1 single crochet in each of the remainder stitches. And if you have a different number than me, just go ahead and finish out however many you have. It doesn't have to end in any certain number. Now you want to use the stitch marker again and put it right here. And now we're going to be working rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch again. So I'm just going to jump right over here to this first chain 1 that we did. Put a stitch in that. And then I'm going to work 1 single crochet in every single stitch around. So I'm not decreasing at all this row, just 1 single crochet in every stitch until you get back to your stitch marker. Okay, once you make it back around to your stitch marker, now we're going to do another row of decreases. So we're going to do 5 single crochets in a row and then a single crochet decrease. So just jump over here, move your stitch marker up, jump over here and single crochet in the next. I want to do that 5 times, so that's 1. The next one is 2, and the next one is 3, and the next one is 4, and the next one is 5, and then again single crochet decrease, go into the next stitch, drop a loop, go into the next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3 loops. Then you do 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 3, 4, 5, single crochet decrease over the next 2, drop a loop in the next one, drop a loop in the next one, yarn over and go through all 3. So we're repeating what we did on the first row right here. 5 single crochets in a row and a single crochet decrease all the way back around to your stitch marker. Okay, I made it back to the beginning again. I just went and finished out however many stitches I had left, just like before. I'm going to move my stitch marker up, and now I'm going to do 1 more row of 1 single crochet in every stitch, or 1 more round. So I'm going to work my way around, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get back to the stitch marker. So no decreasing this row. 1 single crochet every stitch all the way around. Okay, when you make it all the way back around your stitch marker, just go ahead and slip stitch into the next stitch, and then you can tie that off and take off that stitch marker. Now if you want to buy handles for it, you can. I'm just going to make some really easy handles. I use these handles a lot in my bags. I'm going to start with the slip knot on my hook and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to single crochet in the second, chain from the hook, and then 1 single crochet in every stitch across. So it's just a simple crochet, single crochet handle. And then it's chain 1 and turn, and work across again, 1 single crochet in every stitch. Chain 1 and turn, 1 single crochet in every stitch. And I'm going to do this for a total of 45 rows. And you want to make both handles the same. Now if you want, you don't have to do your handles like me. If you want to do one long handle, you can. Or if you want these to be longer than 45 rows, go ahead. But I'm going to go ahead and get my 45 rows done on this piece, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next with it. Okay, once you get all your rows done, you want to clip a long tail and put your yarn needle on the end of it. And then I kind of just fold it in half. Sorry that the yarn's dark. And I sew it together. So I'm going to kind of weave up the side about 3 rows and start. So you don't have to be exact. Kind of like that. Now I'm going to fold my piece in half and just sew it together all the way down. So that's kind of open so you can sew it on the bag, but gosh, it's dark. I am sorry. I'm just going back and forth, sewing the edges together. All of this is making a thicker handle. Not going through any specific stitches or anything, just folding it and giving it a quick sew so it just kind of stays in half. And I'm going to sew it in half all the way down until there's like 3 rows left, and then I'm just going to leave them rows open. That way I can sew it on the bag. Okay, now I'm going to sew it onto the bag just using my yarn needle. I got one sewed on. So I just kind of take the tail if I have any left and just line it up. Make sure handles are lined up and there's equal number of stitches on each side. And let's put the flat side up against the bag and just sew it on. It's real easy. It's not really any certain way, just to get it on to where you feel like it's tight. Back and forth through the other side and then back through, just tight enough till you feel like it's not gonna come off. I'm sewing it on the inside of the bag, not the outside. If you wanted to sew it on the outside, you could do that too. Like put the strap on the outside, but either way. So I'm going to go ahead and get both my straps on to where, just keep sewing it till it feels really tight to you. And make sure they're lined up equal so they look even. Okay, once you get your straps sewed on, that's it. The button is just, it's not functional. It's just decoration. But if you want to put a button here and just make a little strap to hook it onto, that's easy. Like a chain, and then strap it around, or a regular strap. Otherwise, mine's just decoration. But that's it. That's all there is to it. It's a really easy bag. I hope you're able to follow along okay. Again, I want to apologize for that black yarn. I won't use that anymore. I didn't It's really hard to see. Please don't forget to check me out on Facebook. If you make this or anything else, you can post a picture of it on my Facebook page. I'll put a link to that below in the description box. And until next time, have a good day.